Hi, everyone. I'm excited to let you know about something we practitioners at the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living are bringing to our community. It is called Midweek Inspiration, and it will be a 45-minute pick-me-up on the first and third Wednesdays of the month on Zoom. We will have meditation, a short talk based on the book Living the Science of Mind, a brief Q&A session, and then before closing our time together, the practitioner will do affirmative prayer for those that would like it.
Hi, midweek inspiration for me is a time for connection and a time for me to explore highest good.
Midweek meditation for me is I have more understanding of living the science of mind.
What the midweek inspiration means for me is inspiration. It's an opportunity to get together with like-minded people who have a goal of feeling and creating wholeness for themselves in every area of their life and also extending out to others.
For me, the midweek inspiration is a chance to connect to other like-minded people. And it's also just a wonderful reminder of the truth of who I am and what we all are. And I'm just so thankful and grateful for it.
All I have to say is set your clock so you know what time it is in the midweek inspiration, because it was wonderful. It was my second time here, and it's what I need to get me through that part of the day that's kind of quiet at night when I need some good spiritual advice.
Good morning. If it is comfortable for you, please close and lower your eyes and get comfortable in your chair as I send to you today in this amazing service by your very own mock team. Relax into your chair, allowing yourself to breathe. Take a nice, deep, slow breath in and exhale nice and slow. And take another nice, deep breath in and exhale nice and slow. As you're relaxing into your space, releasing all tension and any worries, and know that you are in a safe and loving place. As you sit in comfort and think about our beautiful rainbows, I would like you to think about all the beautiful colors in our rainbow, knowing and repeating silently to yourself these positive affirmations. R, I am resilient. A, I am abundant. I am intelligent. N, I am notorious. B, I am beautiful and colorful to the core. O, I am outstanding. And W, I am wonderful and I am a winner. Continue to follow your breath and know that all the colors of the rainbow are concealed in white light. Imagine that brilliant white light is pouring down through the crown of your head, illuminating every aspect of your being. You are a divine spiritual being that is one with the all. Knowing this truth, may each and every person that heard my voice today knows this truth as well. And as you slowly return to the room, wiggling your fingers and toes, slowly opening your eyes and see how colorful to the core you truly are. Love and light. Namaste. Namaste.
Stillness take this moment. Let's take a breath in. And let it go. Let my word be your word as I pray in the first person. Yes, there is a stillness at this very moment. And as I listen deep within, I hear a voice saying, be still and know that I am God. This inner voice, as I recognize this presence, this invincible spirit that is within me, to me and as me, expressing as love, as joy, as peace, harmony, abundance, and all that there is. It is all the allness and all that I am. It is the God within me as I express my word. So I realize that every word that I speak today, as I express my thought and action in prayer, in affirmative prayer, I am affirming that I am, God is, I am. I'm guided, guarded, and supported. I know that every time I express my word, I'm expressing the divine that is within me. I see the divine in me. I see the divine in everywhere I go, in every person, in every moment, in every situation that I am in. There might be an illusion of, on the contrary, of something that is negative or something that is not desirable to me, but I know behind that and deep within, God is in every detail, as Reverend Frank has mentioned. So with a heart full of gratitude, I'm giving thanks. I'm giving thanks today. Today is our Ministry of Prayer Sunday. I'm giving to each and every one who have wholeheartedly express and pray and unceasingly give love unconditionally to each and every one of us. I'm grateful to our center, to our ministers, to our volunteers, to the music of Patty and Dave. Thank you so much to Yvonne, to Kaden, to Julius, and to all our volunteers. Know that we are all part of one and we're not alone. So in this moment of truth, allow me just to release this word and expression and thought and action in everything that I do to the law that says yes. And let's all say yes, and together we say, and so it is.
Aldo, yes.
Incredible, Aldo. And Gina, the centering was so beautiful.
Thank you.
You guys, good morning. Sure. Good morning, everybody. Now it's time to get our little bodies moving. Because we are so blessed. Move the drums up a little bit. There you go. Ooh, feels good. You feel good? You feel good? All right. Ready to start the song. Here we go. I am blessed. Let me hear you. I am blessed. There you go. I need a choir. Every day of my life, I am blessed, blessed. yourself out there. You're so cute. Thank you so much.
If it's comfortable for you, please stand and say with me, God bless the world. And then turn to your neighbor and say hello. We are so blessed. Yes, we are blessed. Welcome.
Yeah.
I'm practitioner Kim Swanky. And today is a special morning. It's special service. It's Mop Sunday for the Ministry of Prayer team. So we hope you all enjoy. Stacy and Reverend Stacy and Reverend Cheryl are off today, so I'm sure they're having some fun. Do we have any newcomers with us today? Hi, what's your name?
My name's Allison Betts.
Well, we're so happy that you're here.
Thank you, Allison.
Our ushers have a gift for you, and then if you sign the guest book in the Grand Hall, we'll keep in touch with you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Hi. What's your name?
Richard Morris.
Well, nice to meet you, Richard. We're so happy that you joined us. The ushers will also bring you a gift.
Thank you so much.
So we want you to know, anybody else? Okay, the rest is all family. Perfect. So we want you to all know that no matter where you are on your spiritual path, you are always welcome here. I hope you enjoy the service.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Kim. And because this is, thank you so much, Kim. It was beautiful. And because this is our ministry of prayer, here's Amy. I love that. Thank you for that lovely introduction. Thank you, Amy. Okay. All right. Bold. Showing an ability to take risks, confident and courageous. Having a strong or vivid appearance. Last December, I took Reverend Stacy's intention setting class for 2024. I had just come home from my trip to Vietnam and Thailand, a bold trip to take itself. And as I was meditating on how I wanted to show up this year, the word bold was screaming at me. Like many people around the world, the pandemic quarantine lulled me far into my cocoon. My comfort zone was my soft space where I believed I was content. Obviously, if bold was the word I needed for 2024, I was far from content and had to get out. There was a big world outside of my comfort zone I had yet to explore. Over the past 6 months, this word has come up in so many places, in conversations and content I consume, and of course, as the theme for this month. Before I tell you about some of the bold things I've done this year, I want to let you in on a little insight I have learned. To enter into boldness is a bold act. Bold isn't easy. It requires you to get out of your comfort zone. It requires a lot from you. For me, it required me to really assess whether or not I was living a life I was excited about. It was kind of like when it's a cold winter morning and you're toasty warm under your blankets and you know you have to get up because you have things to do, but you just don't want to because you feel the warmth and comfort of your bed and all you want to do is stay, yeah, and snooze, but if you do, you'll be late for work. The end of 2023 was my cozy warm blankets, and 2024 would be me starting to live my life again. In case you didn't know, I'm quite introverted. Most of you have only seen the outgoing, extroverted side of me. That took many Sundays coming here to build up, and of course, taking classes helped too. You need to know that about me to understand some of the bold steps I've taken this year. They may not be bold for you, but let me tell you, when I started on this journey, I never knew how life-changing it would be. One of the first bold things I have done this year is that I started taking two-step and West Coast swing classes at the urging of a friend of mine. Imagine an introvert walking into a room full of strangers by herself, knowing that she will have to hold hands and get a little close with people she didn't know. The first two-step class I took literally changed my life. This month I advanced into the intermediate class, and I'm having the best time. I have started to get to know people I never would have imagined, and I would get to know, and I'm having fun doing it. The second bold step I have taken this year is decided to work with a nutrition and fitness coach to become a healthier individual as I progress into my middle age. To date, I have donated 28 pounds to someone who needs it more than I do. The guidance and support and the incredible environment my coach creates for her clients has allowed me to challenge my limits, learn how to fuel my body, and also have fun getting to know another group of people. See, bold steps for an introvert to make. Caring for yourself is one of the boldest actions you can take. Whether you choose to care for yourself, when you choose to care for yourself, you are telling the all too human aspects of our life experience that you are worth it. We are the only people who are going to be with us every moment of our lives. If we don't care for ourselves, we are neglecting our own best friend. The most challenging part of my journey in boldness is opening myself to going on dates. I'll spare you the details of this experience on this stage, however. This is a realm in my life where up to this point I've had a significant amount of fear. During a pray-in this month, Spirit led me to the thought that boldness gets us to the other side of fear. And being a 40-something in Las Vegas trying to find a compatible partner is certainly requiring a lot of boldness and unending hope. But these areas are not the only places I've made bold decisions and taken bold steps. At work, I'm taking on a new program where I have the privilege of guiding young people who desire to go into the teaching profession. This has the potential to fundamentally change the last 10 or so years of my career. I am going to coach tennis again after a 14-year hiatus. And I'm also going to advise the archery club, which I had to learn how to shoot for. I also got my first tattoo. I didn't come up here just to share with you the ways I have been bold. I did come up here to shamelessly plug Reverend Stacy's intention class for 2025, so save the date in late December. In all honesty and sincerity, if I could be bold enough to step into all of these things and more, you are bold enough to do them too. Boldness is not just the success, the learning, the desire. You need to be bold enough to deal with the failure, the disappointment. There has been anger, frustration, but ultimately understanding that it's the journey, not the destination. Being bold challenges you to be afraid and do it anyway. Writing this talk started on the first Sunday of this month and has taken many iterations. Boldness requires flexibility. Sometimes boldness is big. Other times it's bold to just get out of bed in the morning, listening to your intuition, your inner voice, and unabashedly following it. Bold requires change in perspective, change in thought, change in mindset. So to tie this up, I'm going to close with a quote from Taylor Swift. She sings, "And the road not taken looks real good now." I love this line and always have, because it reminds us that at any moment we can be bold. I want to thank you for letting me share my journey in boldness and invite you to walk with me. I would love to support you in your journey in boldness too. Bold is seizing the moment, not the day. Namaste.
Oh, wow. And that was the incredible Amy. You're bold and beautiful, girl. I'm so proud of you. You're an inspiration, and I love that quote, too. I love Taylor. And this is our other beautiful heart of the Ministry of Prayer Team.
Morning again.
She has a beautiful song for you. Are making me tear up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
You know, that's the theme for the month, and it was explained to us about holy boldness
And I think that holy boldness is something that you have to do before you can be colorful to the core. Because you can be colorful to the core under a basket, or you can be colorful to the core going out and doing things. Now, sometimes, and maybe this has happened to you before, you have this little idea about something you wanted to do, like Amy, and she got bold. Or there might be something you want to do, or something you want to share. And you almost do it, but then you think, no, I can't do that. I could never do that. But really, what it takes is having the strength to be bold about it. And I think sometimes that happens when you make friends at church, some of the friends that you have. Shirley Chisholm, and she was a congresswoman, she said, we must find our own inspiration, courage, encouragement, empowerment, and whatever it takes to be our true, authentic color. Regardless of what anyone else thinks or says, we have to do that. And unfortunately, this could be a lonely place until more are willing to support us where we are. It's up to us to decide if it's more worth to fit in and feel, well, not so good, because we're settling for less than our best. Or to find the courage to show up just as we are, whether people like it or not. And Shirley said, if they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. Colorful to the core. And let's start a minute with some of those people who are colorful, or maybe they're colorful. All of us have that one relative. And we may think that person is kind of odd. I know that other people at times have thought I'm odd, but I saw a shirt that said, why be normal? You know, when you're younger, you are so concerned about having friends and this and that, and as you get older, one of the blessings of getting older is the fact that you don't worry so much about what people are thinking. So colorful to the core. Ernest Holmes says, God put a stamp on each of us and called it you. 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 And that's so true. We need a wide variety of people from different walks of life who all step up and join together to create something beautiful. Can you imagine? You wake up on Sunday morning on Christmas and you're so excited because your aunt made you a quilt and you haven't seen it yet. And you open it up and it's full of gray squares or beige squares. And it really wasn't something that you were looking that forward to, because really you'd like to have a little more color. You know, you'd like to have that vibrancy that exists when we join together. Eric Butterworth said, yes, you are the divine original, and the divine intent, active as you, has one desire to express expansively and creatively its uniqueness as the perfect idea it is in the mind of God. So we can see right here that being bold and being colorful kind of go hand in hand. And there are many people in this world today that care about being bold. One person was Louise Hay. And Louise Hay, she didn't grow up in a very comfortable family. There was a lot of abuse there. And so she decided that she would just go on with her life. She didn't really have much purpose. But finally, one day, she was walking down the street in Los Angeles and she saw Center for Spiritual Living. What was the name of the church, Center for Spiritual Living? Founders. Uh-huh. And so she went in, and she had the feeling that a lot of us feel like when we first go into a Science of Mind church, you have that feeling that it's home and you're in the right place. She took classes, she became a practitioner, she went about her work, she was a very, very good speaker, speaking many places around the country. And one day someone called her on the phone and they said, "Louise, how would you feel about doing a support group for men with AIDS?" Louise said, "Yes, send them over, I'll even feed them." So the first night, 5 people showed up. And she talked about what she talks about an awful lot, and that is the idea of self-love. That everyone should feel loved, lovable, and loving. And so she spoke to the men, and she said, "Sometimes I think that you feel ashamed of who you are." And she says, "You shouldn't feel that way. God created everybody. God loves everybody." And she said, "You could sit around all day and say, 'Oh my God, I don't know whether I have 2 weeks left or 4 weeks left.' Or you could say, 'Wow, I think I'm going to do something with the time that I have left.'" And that's really how a lot of different groups started. And a lot of individuals got involved in forming groups that help LGBTQ people. I always have a hard time saying all of it out there. I usually leave a letter out. So she started in a room. She had those 5 people there. The next day, someone called her up to say, "You know, Louise, that was the first time in 4 weeks I've slept through the night. Thank you." And so the next week it was 60, the next week it was 90. They had to move because when it was 90, all of them were standing shoulder to shoulder in a house that really only held 60 people. So they moved to a YMCA, they moved to a bigger facility after that. But she was a person who was bold. She didn't really find that boldness till she was a little older, and she was looking for it. You know, what's the saying? When the student is ready, the teacher shows up. There are many other people as well who are very colorful and have made a big difference. Gary and I, we were watching a movie on YouTube. It was really a documentary, and it was called The Black Barbie. And it was talking about how black Barbies came to be. Well, there was a woman, and her name was Beulah Mae Mitchell. And she was the first African American to get a job at the Mattel company. She worked on the line, she sewed clothes, and then she got a chance to be the receptionist. And she was invited into one of the meetings, one of the company meetings, and she spoke directly to the owner, the starter of Mattel. And she said, "I was just wondering, have we ever thought about making a black Barbie?" Because there's so many people around the world that are different colors, and, you know, are there just white dolls? And so the idea was planted. And then they created Barbie's friends that were black, but never, they were always the supporting character, never the main character. And then in around 78, they got a wonderful new designer that showed up. She was a college graduate, and she had the idea of really making the clothes look like something an African-American person would look like. Bright colors. She created hairdos in styles that young children actually saw. That's what really made a difference. It made a difference. It really wasn't until in the 80s that black Barbies actually showed up. But after they showed up, what did some of the kids say? Because now they had a black Barbie and they had a white Barbie. What did they say? Uh-huh. And some of the Latino people said, but those dolls don't look like me. And some of the Asian people said, those dolls don't look like me. And it does make a difference. I can remember Gary saying, you know, I didn't watch a lot of TV when I was young because I didn't see anybody on there that looked like me. So I just think we have wonderful people that we have grown up with. Another person, and it was something else I saw on the news. We all know Dolly Parton. And Dolly Parton was criticized by a news magazine. They were saying, you know, I don't think Dolly Parton is much of a Christian. She lets on that she is, but if she is, how could she support LGBTQ people? And of course, Dolly was like that, getting back online and saying, you know, I consider myself a Christian. You might think of me more as being spiritual, but I consider myself a Christian. And I believe that God loves people, and I can't judge anybody. I'm not God. And I just think so many people in this world are realizing more and more that it takes many people to make a beautiful quilt. So I guess my message to you is, if you have that idea, if you want to do something or be something or share something, don't just sit back and say, oh, well, I don't think it's my job to do, or nobody would listen to me. Step out. Be bold. Enjoy life to its fullest. And I know that God loves you, and I love you. Namaste.
Beautiful talk. Thank you, Reverend Sandy.
Thank you.
Can we put up that slide?
Oh, there it is. So talk about being bold and talk about colorful to the core. I want to introduce you to your team. So you see a sun at the top of the image. The sun is representative of Source itself, where we all come from. Emanated forward from that image of the sun, there is a small face if you kind of focus in. That is us. Us coming out of Source and deciding that we want to be an individualized expression of God itself. That is our higher self. That is the part of us that can never be hurt, harmed, or endangered. And then you and I project ourselves down to the image, closer to the middle. The physical body that you see there. I want to introduce you to your colorful team. The truth of who we all are. Your I am presence projects itself into this physical form. And then you and I go about having these amazing experiences here on earth. So one of the questions that I wanted to present to you is, what kind of person do we need to become to be able to do what it is that we are being asked to do by Spirit, by our own higher self? And the process of becoming and unfolding is an organic one. Just because I've asked this question, don't think that you have to figure it out from the level of the mind. All you have to do is pay attention to what is happening in front of you in your life to know what is next. So you don't have to break your head. Right? So just paying attention to our everyday encounters and experiences. The insights, the understandings, the seeds get planted, and they continue to be nourished by Source, by our own higher self.
And as we learn and as we work and embody the individual that we need to be at this given moment, our life unfolds so beautifully. So as we work on the relationship with the higher self, God, most of us have a spiritual practice. You know, we pray, we meditate, we cultivate a relationship with spirit so that we can hear it, we can feel it, we can sense it. But how many of us are even aware that there is a version of us that is not here in the physical? Can I begin to cultivate a relationship with it and not waiting until shit hits the fan? I said the word again. Right? To start to ask, what is it you want me to do or know here? Right? Can I do it on a regular basis? Hey team, who are you? Where are you? Can we begin to talk to one another so that the boots on the ground version of you doesn't feel so lost and so confused and so afraid? Because there's a question that one of my friends got really mad at me when I asked her at one point. We went to this cabin in Yosemite. She was complaining to me about her life. We were in our 40s at that time. I knew her since I was 15. And I'm still hearing the same stories, same complaints. And so we were in the kitchen and I said, Lisa, how has this all been working for you? Oh, she couldn't believe I asked that question. So as life becomes, when it has become challenging, I have asked the higher self, I have asked God, what is it that you want me to know? What is it that you're wanting to cultivate within me at this time so that I can become the person that I need to embody to do what it is that I'm being asked to do? So I'm doing this more regularly now, right? I'm trying not to come at life from my personality, from my mind, because I have a whole team. And my higher self has the ability to see from the mountaintop, right? To see ahead to the traffic jam that's going to show up down the road. And so when it taps me on the shoulder to tell me, can you stop and turn left? Can I not say, but I don't want to go that way? Because it looks like you want me to take 2 steps back. But if I trust in my team and in myself and that this team is cohesive, I'm going to say, oh, I just got a feeling that I should take that other road. And I end up bypassing the traffic jam. The thing that was going to keep me stuck in the same place for another 5 years. I just whizzed on by. Because I'm constantly working with, talking with, engaging with my own higher self in the very presence of God. So, the other thing is, a lot of us spend a lot of time in our minds, up here. And we disregard the body, and the body's meant to communicate to us. The body is a receiver for the higher self itself, right? So we get a sensation, we get a gut feeling. But if we're always up here, how the heck are we supposed to feel this? So learning to pay attention to the signals of the body. So not only do I have God, not only do I have the higher self and me, but I have this receiver, mind, body, spirit, right? So we want to occupy and use all of it so that you and I can embody the people we have to become to do what we came to do. So I want you to hear this statement. It's not like you haven't heard it before. And I want you to let it sink into your subconscious. I trust that the best and highest good is always being done. I want you to embrace love and know that the thing that matters most, no matter what is happening, is love. And so I'm going to just walk you through a brief process of how to begin to work with your own higher self, your own I am presence. So close your eyes for a moment and just repeat silently within yourself. Dear higher self that loves me unconditionally, fill me with the knowing of what my intention is at this time. You may feel it. You may hear it. You might see it in your mind's eye. Thank you for working with me on this intention. Next, ask it to show you the color that is associated with the intention being realized. Record this feeling in your body of what this intention feels like when it's been realized. Now, every time that you see this color, you will know that you are on the right track. You will feel the feeling of the intention being realized. Now, thank your higher self, for it is you. And so you can open your eyes. So cultivating a relationship with our own higher self, the very presence of God, can be as simple as that. So that we don't need the big experiences to show up, to force us into stepping into being bold. Talk about a colorful team. So for me recently, being bold has been stepping into an area of life that I've kind of shied away from, which has been my health. Right? There has been a condition that has been present for 22 years, and I've gotten by. It doesn't slow me down. I still do all the things. But there's one thing that I had not given myself permission to do. And I love to travel. I love to go to sacred places. But over the years, when I see Peru, I'm like, not for me. There's no way I could do that hike up to Machu Picchu with this body. So I taught a class recently where during the last class, I asked my students, if you only had a year left to live, what would you give yourself permission to do without needing to wait for the diagnosis? So everybody gave themselves permission to do something. So for me, it was beginning shamanic training, the initiatic path of learning the Andean cosmology and wisdom. And it's a 3-year program. But it's safe enough, right? Because it's like twice a week on my computer with my teacher. I started in June. Today's the 30th. I started June 11th. And a week ago, my teacher said, we're going to Peru. I go to the kitchen to talk to Jesse, and I'm waiting for Jesse to tell me I don't have to go. And he says, if you're worried about your strength, can you just go work out and start to get strong? I was like, okay. I told my teacher about my condition and my concern about holding everybody back. And he said, it's not like you're going to be there by yourself. And he said, the calling that you have in your heart is what's going to get you up the mountain. So then I go talk to my son to see if he'll let me off the hook. He's 35. And he says, with all of the years that you have spent studying what you study, you're willing to settle for this level of health? So I go to my computer, I log on, I register. I leave August 12th. And it's not like there isn't fear, but notice I didn't say I am afraid. There is fear. But I have a very colorful team. Right? And we just sung that song, I am blessed, I am loved. I know I encounter love everywhere that I go. And I know that the best and highest good is always being done. Thank you.
Wowzers. Yeah. The revs are on fire this morning. Well, you're both incredibly bold and colorful and beautiful for doing what you do. And those talks were beautiful. It was funny when you said that, Reverend Cynthia, about how could I do this with this, but in me, I was like, of course she could. Like there was no doubt in me. And I barely know you, but I know that you could. Don't you believe that she can? You know that she can. Just as you are. Just as you are. I mean, that's what you all taught me, so. I'm so happy for you. This is a beautiful song from Pocahontas.
Has a spirit, has a name. You think the only people who are people are the people who look and think like you. But if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you learn things you never knew you never knew. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon? Or ask the grinning bobcat why he grinned? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountains? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the moon? all you own is earth until you can paint with all the colors of the wind, yes. Paint with all the colors of the wind, yes.
Just checking the system here. So good morning, everyone, and the ushers are all coming. Come forth, we all hang together. Ah, what a morning so far, right? Let me try that one more time. What a morning! Yeah, thank you, Reverend Sandy. God, I was trying to think of in order. Reverend Sandy, Reverend Cynthia, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Practitioner Amy, for your beautiful power talk and the music. And so if you will join with me as we say together our offertory prayer. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so as we take this idea of abundance into prayer, I stand in this space, this sacred space at the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living, knowing that I am boldly abundant, that prosperity is my spiritual nature, and that everything I desire is already held deeply within. And I know that abundance appears in various ways. Prosperity looks differently through different lenses, through different sets of eyes. But I trust that everyone here today understands that Source is the giver of all abundance. And that we merely need to stand in that idea, that spiritual truth, by agreeing with the obvious, that I am indeed abundant. And so I simply ask each person here today to stand in that truth themselves and to consider the gifts of abundance. In my mind, abundance is a great amount. It is having more than I need so that I can share what is there with the rest. And so I ask that each of you today consider your level of abundance and share what isn't yours to have with each of us at the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living. I know this is my truth, and I hope it is yours as well. And I let it be, and I let it go. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Freddie. Can you sing with me? I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind and just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it will be mine. I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind and just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, guess what? Then it is mine. What? Anything I want, it is mine. Perfect health, it is mine. Joy and peace, it is mine. Oh, love, 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 it is mine. If it serves my highest good, then it is mine.
All right.
Today, can join in the room right here for for this Unity and Science of Mind men getting together. If you haven't joined yet, join. Because what happened 2 weeks ago was they sponsored a wonderful breakfast here, and who knows what they're planning next. So let's get into that room, men. Okay. All right, and then join with our practitioners this coming Wednesday at 6 p.m. on Zoom, because we're going to be discussing principle and precedent, which is very good. And it's from 6 to 6:45, just 45 minutes of just fun and frolic. So please join with us. Also, a week from Wednesday, we have our Heart of Peace meditation, which is what I just love so much coming here in person. If we can come in person, you'll hear Karen Jones and her beautiful bowls. And it's just from 6 until 7. And what is written here is that the intention of the meditation is to embody or be the peace that is. And as you open to love life, yourself, and other forms of life, and feel gratitude for the love you receive, you are a radiating center of peace, which is transmitted to the entire world. And now we have coming up in 2 weeks, does anybody remember Faith Ribera from Hawaii? Yes, she's coming on the 11th at 6 p.m. And she says that she wants us to spend an evening basking in the vibration of nurturing love and to be as comfortable and open as possible to receive this. So she says, bring your pillows, bring blankets, bring whatever you want to be comfortable that evening, to relax with all these meditative songs and soothing chants and mantras. So everybody, let's come again Thursday, July 11th at 6 p.m. The tickets are just $25 and children are free. So bring a bunch of kids. Okay, yeah. By the way, on the 21st of this month, we're having on Sunday a minister's swap. So you know what that means? We get to go to both services because we want to hear our minister at Unity and we want their minister to come, here. So we can come at 9:30 and spend the whole morning here. Okay, that was just a plug. Practitioner Gary Alimo is hosting a spiritual living circle the end of the month, this Saturday, the 27th, which is the fourth Sunday this month. Usually it's the third Saturday, but this month it's the fourth Saturday. And they're virtually from 1 to 3. The cost is free, and the group discusses the Science of Mind magazine articles. And when you sign up, you get a 6-month free subscription. So sign up for Gary. The Healing Words Book Club is currently studying a book that we're going to have Carol McGrew is going to come up and tell us more about it. But I'm going to let her talk about it, so I'm just going to shut up.
Good morning. Good morning. I haven't been here for a minute, but I was raised on these teachings. As a teacher for Clark County School District, I try to bring as much involvement about history as possible, and I started developing a friendship with a Holocaust survivor who lives here in town. His name is Ben Lesser. And I said, Ben, we need to get adults to hear you as well. So I was talking with the Revs. I had him over for dinner, and his name came up, and they were really excited, and we talked about book club. So I have the book available today. It's called Living a Life That Matters, From Nazi Nightmare to American Dream. And he has done some very bold things, even when he was 11 and the Nazis came into his home, up until through Auschwitz, through the death trains, etc. So I want to show a quick little video about him. It's only about 1.5 minutes. It'll tell his story really quickly.
It's human nature to want to live. When you know your life is at stake, any minute you could be killed. You lived from minute to minute and prayed a lot and hoped that nothing will happen to you.
It's actually 7,000 on that train.
I have dedicated my life to end this hatred. When we educate, we can prevent, and then we will ultimately prevail. This is a message to all your students. It's possible to let tragedy or trauma become a reason to stop living. But it's also possible to live through extreme circumstances and commit to a life that has meaning, a life that matters. My dear departed one, all 6 million of them are crying out to the world in a single word, Zachor, remember us, we were here.
So needless to say, he has inspired my students. I teach middle school. He has inspired them. He has inspired people around the world. I'm wearing this shirt today because he has inspired people to write songs about him, created an album about him called Choose Love. So of his family, it was him and Lola, his older sister, who survived. Everyone else passed away, perished in the Holocaust. Let me get the next slide. So here we have Ben, his sister Lola, and her new child. She was the first person to give birth after the Holocaust. She and her husband remained together. She was able to get him out of prison. Her story is a book as well, that's really inspiring. So that is the first child born out of the Holocaust. And here we have, no, that's all right. And then we have his, this was taken, I believe in 2018. He's had 2 more great-grandchildren born since then. And then the next slide has Lola's family as well. Wow. Right, so it's amazing, they've still persevered. We'll go ahead to the next slide really quick. So when you get the book today, I have a little pin for you as well, the Sahor pin that he gives out to all the students. We are going to be meeting via Zoom. When you sign up, I'm going to send a little feeler out there to see if you guys would be more interested in having him here at the center instead. We'd still have a Zoom, but we can meet him in person. Okay, he'd rather meet you in person than not. But he Zooms to people in Germany. He's received the French Medal of Honor version as well as the German Medal of Honor version, and has spoken to stadiums of people. So he's used to it, but he'd rather meet you in person. So we'll see what we get with that. Next slide. So there's lots of ways to get the book today. Take cash. You can do PayPal or Zelle with me. I couldn't get their PayPal or Zelle, but I will get them the money. There's also the QR code, and I will have it later if you'd like to donate to the Sahor Foundation. Show me that, and I will get you the book as well. Please don't buy it on Amazon. I know it's really tempting, but people are scamming. He gets nothing from that. There are many people out there selling his book and making money, and he makes nothing. So please see me for it. Also, we have the CD set, if you have a CD player. Reverend Stacy's been listening to it. Jonathan Silverman does the early, the Holocaust story, and then the second half of his book is about his resilience and becoming a very prosperous real estate agent in LA. He worked for FedEx, and then he worked in LA, and he sold in Beverly Hills and West LA. Still very prosperous man. So I hope that you can join us.
He's a great speaker. He will answer any question you have. He answers 8th grade questions. Your question will be nothing. So he does answer spiritual questions as well. Every once in a while he gets one of those from the kids. So he's a great speaker and he would love to meet with you. So please come see me at the table over there after the service. Thank you.
Oh, that's so great. Okay. And of course, that meeting is going to be on the 31st of July at 4 p.m., either here and or on Zoom. Okay, if you're interested in volunteering, if you find something that you see needs to be done and you can do it, volunteer, because we need you. And then Love Supply and Pantry is freezer full is ongoing, so be sure you, when you're shopping, you pick up non-perishable items, bring them in, and let people know that are food insecure that we have food here. And for prayer support, just send your prayer request to prayer@lasvegascsl.org or text 702-524-7096. And of course, the bookstore is open, and Carol will be over there with the books right there. And don't forget to bring your cans for camp.
What about this? What do you think about this?
Oh, yes, that's jewelry that Patty Powers got in the bookstore. There's all kind of goodies over there. So you need to get one. You can match Patty Powers. And if you've got any aluminum cans, we're saving those cans. Bring your cans for camp to help the kids for summer camp. Summer camp, yeah. It's coming up pretty quick, isn't it?
July 6th.
Teen camp? July 6th. Well, then this is the last day you can bring your cans. So if you didn't bring them, you can go home and bring them now. Okay. Anyway, let's have a wonderful rest of the day, everybody.
Thank you, Katie.
So let's stand for our benediction, and I invite the Ministry of Prayer team to surround the room. So please don't leave heavy-hearted. If you would like some prayer, you can meet with one of the practitioners or ministers to pray in the back of the room. And so I invite you to close your eyes for just a moment. And so how grateful I am for today, for the boldness, the color that gets to be incorporated to our choices throughout our day, to know that we truly do have a godly team that is available for us as we begin to embody who it is that we need to be in this moment and the next and the next, so that we may do what we are being asked to do. Recognizing truly that there is this one source where all of life emanates from, and that it is absolute love, the divine intelligence that beckons all of life in its unfoldment, including you and me. To know that there is no place or space where this presence is not, that it is the very breath that is breathing us and the life that is beating our heart. And so we lean into this loving divine intelligence, knowing that the best and highest good is always being done, and we trust, we love, and we live boldly. Amen, Ashe, Shalom. So it is. So repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening. I feel it in my body. I know it in my heart. And I allow it to happen. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, everyone.
Sing our peace song.
Oh, yes.
There is peace on earth, and now it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, loved ones all are we. Now feels it in his ears. I need a little bit more. I love it.